Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. This is Tea Talks again. Tony Wilkins, songwriter, singer, musician, director, worship leader. I'm reaching out to you this morning to just encourage you. Listen, in this time of pandemics, we can focus on all the bad, but at some point of this, why don't we focus on the good part? So while we're not able to go to service in our worship service, why don't you tighten up on a few things on your own? Make declarations that you could stand by. Say, I'm going to be on time. I'm going to be at every rehearsal. I'm going to be to church on time. I'm going to lay out my clothes the morning before or the night before so that I know what I'm going to wear on Sunday morning. Why do we get to church so late on Sunday mornings? Lord knows. You get to work on time, get to church on time. Service starts at whatever time it starts. Try to be there an hour early. I remember one of my ministries when I had taken on the role and responsibility as minister of music. I came in to a situation that was very chaotic. And what do you mean by chaotic? It was no order, no leadership that was clear. I couldn't determine what was going on. Here were some of the characteristics that I saw the first day that I came to this church. The musicians were late. Everybody was running around all over the place. No choir in one position. They were all over the place. Musicians to the point where they were all learning the material right before the church service. The bass player was sitting on the floor. The drummer was rat-tat-tat-tat and tuning up his drums. The organist was somewhere else. They did not have a band practice. The choir didn't know where to be at the time. They came in at fragmented times, put their purses and their Bibles and the books in the choir stand, and they sat and they disappeared. There was no time for prayer, no time for rehearsal. Everything happened 15 minutes before the hour. And it's amazing how it happened. Even the congregation showed up 5 minutes before the service started. They had it down pat. I looked at that and I said, there's something wrong with that. I just don't see how you can pray, how you can warm your voice up, how you can get in tune with one another, how you can make sure that you're in line when you go out to, because that's part of the presentation. How you come out, how you go in, how you pray, what you do before you get before God's people. So why didn't this particular mechanism be instituted at this church? I didn't understand. So the pastor, he encouraged me to take time and develop that. It needed structure. Here was the problem. In order for me to ask the people to be somewhere at a certain time, it meant that I needed to be there before them. Now I have to make the sacrifice. I can't ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. So there's a personal evaluation that took place there, and I said, okay, I will make the sacrifice to be here an hour early before the church service so that I don't run into those things like, my sound man not doing a sound check with the choir, the band not in position where we could all rehearse together. Most musicians came to the church and they were amazed. They were like, how did you get this mechanism running like this? Because it doesn't happen at my church. Most churches, they don't do that. And so I put it in place, but I led by example. Now, I'm not just the director, but I'm the leader, and the leader leads by example. So what I did was I said, if 2 people show up at the time that is designated, I will rehearse and warm up and pray with the 2 people. With the 2 people. The Bible says where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, as long as we're agreeing on the same thing, touching and agreeing, that there he'll be in the midst. So I would pray with those 2 people and the people that were late, who had said they would be there on time. They were late. They felt so left out. They said, oh my God, I guess he is serious about being on time. So the next time we had a call time, it was 5 more people and 10 more people till we had the whole choir there. Matter of fact, if they were later than another time that was designated as the cutoff time, then you couldn't sing that morning. So it wouldn't make sense for you to go through all of that of picking your clothes out, finding what you're gonna wear, getting your breakfast, having your coffee, and being late, and then you can't sing. Fixed you. I sure did. And it worked. It was amazing. It didn't take a lot. It didn't take months and years to develop. It was just the sacrifice was very clear on the leadership's part. And that's you. Take responsibility and lead the people by example. That's Tea Talks. I'll get back to you soon. Have a blessed day and wait for volume